they only just focus on the persons that are dying, but you actually do have a high rate for recovery, right? So just remember that not everybody dies from COVID-19, and it's not something that you must die, right? So definitely don't be afraid per se of the virus. Um, so China coronavirus, the symptoms of 2019 in COV and how it is spread. So you might have a fever. I always encourage persons at home to actually have a thermometer on hand. I think it's very important. So this right here is just a recommendation. If you could go ahead and get a thermometer, that would be good, because not only because of coronavirus, but if you do have like a child at home or an elderly person, it's important that you do have a thermometer on hand just to check the temperature, because sometimes persons feel like they have a fever, but they really don't. So it's important that you actually know what you're dealing with. So fever, chest pain, chills, that would come from the fever, rapid heartbeat, breathing difficulties, pneumonia and kidney failure. Those are basically last stage. So they come after all of these. First thing you're going to feel is a fever, maybe a little cough or sneezing. Persons only assume that once you cough or sneeze, you have coronavirus, and that is not true. You might have allergies acting up and certain other situations, but as it pertains to coronavirus, how you can basically differentiate it from, say, the normal flu or even allergies, is the breathing difficulties that really set it apart, right? So you can be at home and have a fever, or you start sweating profusely, which would mean, you have a fever because chills. And you're coughing and sneezing, but it might not be coronavirus. It might just be your allergies acting up. But when you start having breathing difficulties, your chest starts to tighten, you feel like you can't breathe properly, then that's when I would encourage persons to definitely go to the doctor, the hospital. Well, for now, actually, you shouldn't go to the hospital. If it is that you have the breathing difficulties, then definitely go to the hospital. But if you suspect that you have coronavirus, you came in contact with somebody who you suspect have coronavirus, then you should call the numbers that the government gave on the newscast. Call those numbers first, and then they'll tell you what to do afterwards. All right. But however, if you're actually having breathing difficulties right now, then definitely go to the hospital. How is it spread? It's spread through coughing and sneezing. They're saying that it's you're taking droplet precautions, right? So if somebody is sneezing and coughing, and that's near you, or they sneeze and cough on a surface area, and you touch that surface, and you touch your nose and your mouth, then definitely that's a no-no. You can get infected by the virus. Wait, is there any question? I heard someone in the. There's a question? All right, no, there's no question. Okay. All right, so most people recover, as I said, without needing special treatment. 1 out of every 6 persons become very ill. So it's mostly just the older people, people with other conditions such as diabetes, heart problems, high blood pressure, asthma, anything to do with the heart, really. But mostly based on research, because I actually like doing research, the majority of persons that are actually critically ill right now are persons who have diabetes and hypertension. I haven't really seen anything per se for asthma, but it's an underlying condition. So persons with asthma should definitely stay clear of persons who are ill, right? So how do you protect yourself and others? Now, I know that you've been watching the news and you have Instagram and Facebook. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows the preventative measures. So definitely washing your hands. And not just washing your hands by putting a little soap and rubbing it up 2 little time and rinse it off and say, oh yes, I've washed my hands. You have to wash your hands properly. And there's a technique to washing your hands. When washing your hands, you're going to wash, as I said, the palm of the hands, the dorsal part, okay, so the back of the hands, in between your fingers, you're washing your fingernails as well. So you need to clean them out while washing your hands. You're also going to wash your wrists as well. But you need to do this for at least 20 seconds. And notice I said at least because it could be more, but at least 20 seconds. If you have like a little song that's going to help you, like a jingle or something, you could sing it while washing your hands, just so you know that you're doing it for a certain period of time. And why is it important for us to wash our hands? So the virus, basically all viruses actually, consist of fat molecules and water molecules. So washing your hands only with water is not effective because of the fat molecules. If you look at it this way, say you put butter on your hands, just running your hands, just running some water over your hands, would that be effective to take off the butter? No, because the butter contains fats, right? However, if you put some soap in your hands and you lather the soap and then rinse it off, you'd notice that all of the butter is gone. So basically, that's what they're trying to say, that the virus consists of fat molecules like butter. So you need both the soap and the water in order to get rid of it. Also, stay away from persons who are ill. Persons who are coughing, persons who are sneezing, try to stay far from them. Even if it's just their allergies, take precautions. So wash your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty, after handling animals or animal waste. And these are things that we should know already, right? They say that you could also use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. This one says at least 70% alcohol. However, I read something that said at least 60% alcohol is also effective. But I will tell you this, I know that many persons, I'm pretty sure it's not in the media right now, but when using the hand sanitizers, there's also a technique to it, and that's going to be basically the same thing you'd be doing if you were washing your hands. So the technique for washing your hands, basically, that's the same technique you should be using when using the hand sanitizers. As well as, please, not many persons know this, but I am begging you, do not use the hand sanitizers more than 3 times consecutively. If you're going to use the hand sanitizers, at least use it twice without washing your hands. But after the second use, I would implore you to go ahead and wash your hands. And then afterwards, you could use it again for another 2 times and then ensure you wash your hands, because after the 3rd time of applying the hand sanitizer, it's no longer effective. All right, so I'm just letting you guys know this now, because not many persons know. You have to wash your hands. Excuse me, Joe. You have to wash your hands after the 3rd time. After the 3rd time, after the 2nd time, preferably, right? So if you do have a cough or sneezing, cover your mouth with a disposable tissue when coughing or sneezing. If a tissue is not available, cough or sneeze into your upper sleeve. But after coughing and sneezing, it's best to wash your hands or say use the hand sanitizer. But as I said, no more than 2 times consecutively. So wash your hands. This is just showing us what we should do and shouldn't do. Okay, so another one is disinfect the surfaces regularly. So what is the sense of us washing our hands all the time and using the hand sanitizers, but then after washing our hands and using the hand sanitizers, we keep touching the doorknobs, we keep touching our phones, we keep touching the light switch, and we're not washing or we're not cleaning these areas as well. So it's best if you spray these areas with, say, Lysol. You can use bleach. I use Lysol. I use alcohol. You can use Dettol as well. Dettol is really good. Just to clean the surfaces regularly, right? Just to ensure that they are also clean and free from the virus, so that after washing your hands, you don't go and touch another surface that is contaminated and then you go ahead and touch your face. And one more, this is a very important point. please stop touching your face. If you can try to stop touching your face, please stop touching your face. And I know nowadays, because of this virus, it's like your face is just the place that keeps itching you all the time. But if you can avoid it, just avoid touching your face. All right, it's very important. Also, one more thing: when you come from off the road, please just go and take a shower and just change your clothes. Just don't go and lay down in your bed in the same clothes or in the sofa or wherever. Go ahead and just bathe, with any soap actually. You don't have to use a soap that says antibacterial, because soap in general gets rid of the virus. So just bathe and change your clothes, right? That will put everybody, well, decrease the risk. And same for shoes. Take it off outside. Don't walk inside the house with the same shoes from outside, all right? Maintain a distance of at least 3 feet from persons who cough or sneeze. And this is called social distancing. Nobody hug up, and them something there right now. So this is just an illustration. Keep calm and stay home if you are sick. Please stay home. Please don't come to the hospital for anything that's not severe. Please don't. We need the time and the space and the staff right now for more important issues, which is coronavirus. However, if you know that you feel like you have impending doom, like you can't breathe or something, then sure, come to the hospital. But if it's just a little issue, please, I beg, stay at home. Masks are generally not needed for people who are not sick. I see everybody wearing masks, but I mean, if you feel comfortable wearing the mask, sure. But it's a waste of resources, really. If you're not sick, you don't need to wear the mask. For the persons who are sick, it's more effective that way. All right. Please stay informed. Not every message that goes around is true. Please remember that as well. Check WHO, UNICEF. These agencies will give you the messages, the information that you need. So please just don't listen to what everybody is saying. Go ahead and read for yourself and go online and check what the WHO is saying and UNICEF is also saying. Keep calm and pray. That is the most important thing right now. Keep calm and pray. And one more thing, clean your phones as well. And how do you clean your phones? You can wipe it with soap and a little water. Even if the phone is not waterproof, or even if it is waterproof, you still have to be careful when wiping certain areas of your phone. So be mindful of that when doing it. What I use is alcohol. I use alcohol, spray it on a cotton, and then I use it and wipe my phone every time I come in the house, basically. So if I go outside somewhere and I come home, I use that as well. And please be careful of using a lot of Lysol and stuff like that, because that also can affect you and affect your respiratory system. You just have to be mindful of what you're doing. But keep calm and pray. And please remember that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. All right, so let us not be fearful at this time, but let's just pray for what is happening in the world and for those who are affected. And just keep abreast of what is happening and just take the preventative. All right, so that's all I have for you this evening. Once again, come and pray and just trust God, and please follow the preventative measures. Please. Any questions? Any questions?
But it's just a point that I would like to bring across also in the light of the epidemic, is that persons need to keep their immune system up, which is
Yes,
very
definitely.
because because many persons is thinking about the avoidance of touching the faces and all this, which is important. One of the more thing that is important is the immune function. Because if you have a low immune system, if your immune system is low, the immunity is low, then you are more predisposed to catching it by encounter.
And that is why they say that the elderly and the young persons, well, the children are at risk because their immune systems are normally affected. They either have underdeveloped immune systems, or as you get
All right,
older,
guys,
you
this
start
is
to
very
decline.
serious. The health minister is now meeting with the quarantine sections of Westmoreland.
I'm not I'm not hearing. Can you speak up, please?
All right. So while
All right.
Brother Kevin Edwards is getting his mic up because we are not hearing him while he's getting his mic up, there are a few questions that persons have posted on the YouTube platform. And this one is coming from Elder Auburn Dunkley, first elder for the Seventh Adventist Church in Beverly, about the eyes and face. Can you also catch the virus that way? What about other areas of the body?
Because it's a respiratory illness or disease, it would affect the respiratory system, which includes your nose and your mouth. And that's why they specifically said nose and mouth. I mean, not so much. Definitely the nose and mouth for sure. You breathe in through your nose and you breathe in through your mouth as well, right? So that's why they focus on those two areas per se.
Okay. All right. Thank you. This one is coming from Sister Barnes from Comfortable St. Adventist Church. What about taking care of the immune system?
Right.
Because, yes.
As we said, as Mr. Tate highlighted, yes, definitely the immune system is very important. You need to boost the immune system. Vitamin C, exercise, rest. These are the things that you need to take into consideration. So you just need to eat healthy. And we should have already been doing that, you know? So right now it's just reinforcement. Let's just continue eating healthy. Eat our fruits and our vegetables, stuff like that. That's what we need to do as well as the preventative measures too. Both together, big prevention.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Universal Run says warm salt water is very good. Genius Tech, get your daily vitamin D3 in the sun. That's also a preventative measure as well. The virus don't
What?
like heat.
Vitamin what in the sun?
Vitamin D3.
It's vitamin D. Okay.
D3. Yes. All right, brother Kevin Edwards, you can go ahead and speak. All right, we are not hearing him.
You can go ahead and take one.
All right, Monique Williams, you can go ahead. Is that Monique? You had your hand up. We can go ahead with what you're saying. All right, brother Edwards. All right, so I guess if there are no more questions,
one more point before we go on this. As it pertains to the respiratory persons who are affected, the respiratory system tract, is that one of the things that can be used is a vapor steam. A vapor steam where the individual would use the hot water and they would actually use the eucalyptus oil and the wintergreen essential oil. You have other things that you can add to the water, but those are very essential, a part of that in clearing the congestion and also the peppermint oil. You can mix all those three together in the hot water and you just take in that air, you inhale it through the mouth, through the nostril and out through the mouth. And after you would have completed that for maybe about 15 minutes, you get some room temperature or cool water, and you would actually rinse your face and you would dry that thoroughly.
All right, thank you very much. Brother Kevin Edwards, you were saying we weren't hearing earlier, but we still want to give you a chance to go ahead with what you were saying. All right. right, so if that is it, then we want to thank Sister Danielle Gale, the from Comfort Hall Seventh Adventist Church, for presenting to us tonight the health tip. Indeed, we were all blessed by it. We have learned a lot, and I hope that all of us here tonight will be able to apply it as we go forward in our daily lives. All right, so thank you very much, and we will appreciate it. All right, so we are at that time in the service when we are about to hear from the first presenter. Tonight we have two presenters, and we are going to hear from the first presenter at this time. And so I would say I would invite Ella Nicholas Beard from Acting Medicine Adventist Church to come forward. You will introduce the first presenter to us tonight. Brother Pierce, are you online? All right, seems as if he's not online. All right, so the first presenter for tonight is one whom I've come to know, one who knows about Christianity, knows about the church, doctrines of the church, is the head deacon for the Roses Valley Seventh Adventist Church, one who is passionate about ministry and all the above. And that person I speak of at this time is no other person than Brother Sandre Tate. But before we give us the presentation, we will have a song of meditation that will be done by Sister Katrina Dawson. And after which we will have Brother Tate with his presentation. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. I will be doing a song that is one of my favorites. And so I hope your hearts will be blessed. The things that I love, I hold dear to my heart. They're not borrowed, they're not mine at all. Jesus only let me use them to brighten my life. So reminds me, dear Lord. Roll back the curtains of memories now and then. Please show me where you've brought me from and where I could have been. Remember, I'm human and humans forget. So remind me, the Lord. Nothing good have I done to deserve God's own Son. I'm unworthy of the scars in his hands. Yet he chose the road to Calvary to die in my stead. Why he loves me, I just can't understand. Roll back the curtains of memories now and then. Please show me where you've brought me from and where I could have been. Remember, I'm human and humans forget. So remind me, dear Lord. Roll back the curtains of memories now and then. Please show me where you've brought me from and where I could have been. Oh, remember, I'm human and humans forget. So reminds me, the Lord. So reminds me, the Lord.
Amen. Thank you very much, Sister Katie, for that song. Remind us, dear Lord. And as it is said that as humans, we oftentimes forget, and what we forget is always the most important thing that is essential. We easily forget where the Lord has brought us from. And so we ask Him to remind us through His word, through providence, and through His loving care. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and for those who are joining us on our YouTube platform, I want to welcome you all. This evening, our presentation will be based on the topic of